Hey YouTube, Jacob We Need to Go Gear here to do a product review of a belt. This is the 511 Tactical Series. As far as I know, it's just a gun belt. Okay, and what you're looking at here are two identical belts. The difference is this one is the one I've had for about 6 months, and I like this belt. But there's a problem with it, and I'm going to try to demonstrate that problem to y'all today. So my problem is I usually run BLACKHAWK CQC rigger's belt, but what happens is this. Let me see. It gets all frayed and fucked up, and what happened to me on Monday was this belt. I put some duct tape on it. Did it from here all the way to here, and I didn't have a belt to where to work. It's the only belt I had, so I just slapped some duct tape on it. It's actually Gorilla tape, and used it till I could get to the store to get a new belt. So it started to fray way less than this. It just looked kind of I guess kind of like that about a week ago. And I knew that it was probably too far gone to heat it, because I did that to one of my CQC riggers belts. You know, it looked like that. I heated it and it just caused a fucking hole right here, and it just made the belt useless. And so what kind of pissed me off is I ordered like that for about a week. I ordered a belt from SOE Gear, and of course it takes a little while to get here. So I was like, well, I'll just keep using this, and that was probably last Wednesday or Thursday that I noticed it. And then on Monday of this week, I mean, I was pulling the belt on through the buckle, and I just heard like a pop. And man, this shit is like this, you know, really frayed, but like down to like here, underneath this duct tape. And I would try to take the duct tape off, but I'm not gonna fuck with it. But so I was like, well, shit. Well, with the duct tape, I can't get my belt on enough to tighten it. Right, and so it's causing some problem here, and it's just spreading along down the belt. You know, it causes problems right here, and as you can see, I mean, it's just slowly unraveling down towards the end of the belt. You know, I am a big guy, but I've only had this problem on one other belt, and it was the very first BLACKHAWK CQC belt that I'd ever owned. I had it for about 3 years, and after 3 years, it just got about this bad. And so I did the same thing. I knew I could just slap a piece of duct tape on, and I just wrapped it up, but it wouldn't work, so I bought another BLACKHAWK CQC rigger's belt, and had that for another 3 years, till actually I just gained too much weight, it wouldn't fit. And if you look at that belt after 3 years of use, other than some staining on the blue jeans, or from the blue jeans and stuff, because it was a tan, like a sand tan belt, or sand colored belt, it looked brand new. No fraying, no frills, no thrills, no problem. And the only problem with that is I just outgrew it. I got too big, gained too much weight. You think that'd be a sign or something, right? So anyway, what I think caused it on this belt, because like I said, it kind of pissed me off, because I paid more for this than I did the BLACKHAWK belt. And what I think caused it is right here on the buckle. This is the inside. It doesn't really show, doesn't really do it justice. But that's a very squared 90-degree edge. Whereas on the outside of the belt buckle, let's see if you can see, I mean, that's rounded. I mean, it's very rounded. And you can kind of see right there in the back, you know, that's a very sharp edge. And so I think what happened is, as I would pull it through and then go to tighten it, you know, I like to wear my belt pretty tight. I wear a lot of shit, like I carry a lot of stuff in my pockets, my everyday carry stuff, so I like to be tight on my pants to sag. I'm a big guy, so you have that problem anyway. I think it just rubbed on the buckle and just fucked it up. On my new belt, I should have videotaped this. What I did this morning, because I just got this belt yesterday. What I did this, because today's Saturday. What I did this morning is I took a file and kind of tried my best to round that corner. And I think you can kind of see it a little bit. Let's look at it like this. Is not as sharp. So I took a file and rounded it, and I got my Dremel and polished it, and then I took my Dremel a little bit and tried to round it a little more So hopefully this will work, because this belt, after a week of use, I mean, it barely even holds my pants up. Really pisses me off. And I know it's because I put the duct tape on, but if I hadn't, I probably wouldn't have the end with the Velcro, because it's just continually getting fucked up. Like I said, down to about here, underneath this tape, about that line, it's all unfrayed and fucked up. Like I said, I heard that pop, and it was just like like a quarter of the belt just disappeared, just all fucked up. And that really kind of bums me out about 511, because I have quite a few 511 belts, or excuse me, 511 backpacks. I mean, 1, 2, 3. There's one y'all haven't seen yet. I need to do a review on. I just got it. I've been trying it out. But yeah, I mean, and their backpacks are bulletproof. I mean, I've been running the Rush 511. Actually, I've got 4. I've got the Rush 511 72, the Rush 72, and I mean, I carried that EDC for 2 years before I switched to the Rush 12, or excuse me, the Rush 24, which are both bomb-proof bags. My wife liked my Rush 72 so much that she actually used it for a diaper bag for my son, because she liked how it had that outside pocket where she shoved like baby blankets, or, you know, when he was little, it was in the wintertime, and so it was her jacket and stuff when she'd go in buildings. It got to where it was just a little bit too big, too bulky, so she downgraded to a Camelback backpack that I've had for, shit, at least 8 years. And I used it every day when I was in college, and she's used it every day for the past, let's see, my son's, you know, 2.5, so past 2.5 years, or I guess she used that Rush 72 bag until he was about 8 months. So she's used it every day for a while. But anyway, their bags are bomb-proof. I mean, it's just, they're great. So I thought their belt, I mean, it's sturdy. It's a 2-ply, you know, 2 pieces of webbing. You can see right here in the buckle. It's 2 pieces of webbing. And it's only doubled over, like it's got 4 pieces right here where they stitched the buckle on. And I mean, if you look at that stitching, I don't know if you can see that very well. But I mean, that buckle's not coming off. And what I like about it is, you know, I mean, it's got good Velcro as you come down here. I mean, this piece I thought was kind of strange. If you notice here in the belt, the 2-ply kind of stops right there. So the piece you fold over on the Velcro is just one single piece of webbing. And maybe that's why it gave out a hell of a lot sooner than the CQC Rigger's belt. But I mean, it works. For all intents and purposes, it works. And like I said, I've had it for at least 6 months, maybe 8, but I think it's closer to 6. Because I got it after one of my coworkers started. He's been with us 8 or 9 months. And I got it after he started. So anyway, I got the exact same belt, completely on accident. I thought it was a different color. My wife went to pick it up for me because I worked so much. She went and picked it up. But it's the exact same belt, even the same color. I thought it was a coyote tan in the picture she sent me, but it's not. And so what I did is I just took this piece off right here. I just pulled this really tight, kind of a pain in the ass, and you put it at an angle and push it against that nylon, and that piece pops out. Now, when I saw that first time on YouTube, I was super fucking mad. I was like, what? You know, I spent all this money, you know, because this belt's about $50. I spent all this money, at least where I got it. We got it at a store here locally in Austin. And I spent all this money, which is more expensive than the BLACKHAWK belt. And then this comes out, like, what? But it actually came in handy. And I just took my file and kind of rubbed it down and got my Dremel and did a little more, and then got my Dremel and polished it up. So hopefully this one will work longer than the other one. Because I got it, I want to have 2. That way if maybe something happens to my SOE gear belt, I have a backup or something, you know, just in case. Because like I said, I never really, a belt is something I wear every day, and I get a good belt so that when I do wear it, and it just slips back in, so that when I do wear it, you know, it carries a gun well, it holds my pants up well, and there's something nice about just having a nice sturdy belt. So it's something I never thought I needed 2 of, really. You know, I mean, I wear the same belt. I wore this belt, or my BLACKHAWK belt, every day. Every day, to church, to work, to play, to hunt, to camp, whatever. Because they're just good belts. They're sturdy belts. It's my everyday belt. And like I said, it's something that I never thought I really needed two of until this one crapped out the other day. And when it popped, I mean, I was 5 minutes before I had to leave for work. I was putting my belt on, you know, walking towards the door, kissing my wife goodbye, and it's fucked up. And I was like, well, shit. You know, what do you do? You know, because where I work, you know, I wear my 5'11" tactical pants and a button-up shirt. I mean, you look fairly nice, so walking in without a belt, not really an option. And so I just threw some duct tape on it real quick. I just, you know, truthfully, it's out of my wallet. I grabbed the duct tape out of my wallet, slapped it on there, and out the door I went. So yeah, but so that's why I went ahead and picked this one up, because I don't know how long it'll take for me to get that SOE gear belt. The website says I think 6 to 8 weeks, or maybe 8 to 12 weeks. I don't remember, but it's a long ass time. And those guys don't really seem to like it if you call to check on it. I haven't heard anything from them since I emailed them, but you know, it says on their website right there it's going to take a while. So you know, you watch their videos. Seems like if you call, they just cancel your order. So I'm not going to do that because it seems like they have pretty bomb-proof gear. So anyway, I got this one to work for me in the meantime. So anyway, Jake at We Do Gear, just a quick update. Thanks.